After the break, it's time to share another moment with 5 Roses. Green tea has been used in traditional Chinese medicine for centuries to treat everything from headaches to depression. It's loaded with antioxidants and nutrients that have powerful effects on the body and mind. So make it part of your lifestyle this year and enjoy its amazing health benefits any time of the day. Our next guest is life coach Shelley Lewin, who knows all about transforming and improving our minds and our lives and successfully embarking on the new. Stay with us. We'll be talking to her in the spirit of new beginnings over a delicious cup of 5 Roses green tea right after the break.
Express yourself.
5 Roses blends only the top 2 leaves of the finest Ceylon teas. Because nobody makes better tea than you and 5 Roses.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, a new year brings the opportunity for new beginnings in all aspects of our lives. And yet, by February or March, we've usually forgotten all of our resolutions and goals. Our next guest, Shelley Lewin, knows all about this. Welcome, Shelley.
Hi, Jeannie. Thank you.
As a life coach, how do you help people stay on track?
There's actually a whole body of research which I've seen it recently, which is it's called the Fresh Start Effect, and it's basically about the fact that people do fall off the track and lose willpower, and they actually talk about the idea of starting afresh by using the beginning of a new week or a new chapter or something. The beginning of something as a way to move forward or begin something new. But I'm actually not a big fan of goals. I know it sounds weird because I'm a coach.
Yeah.
But I don't actually believe in goals and goal setting. Maybe it's semantics, but basically for me, I feel that a goal is like a target and you either hit it or you miss it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of that because I feel like it's a bit cruel because people can be making progress.
Yeah.
And progress might not actually end up in the bullseye of the target, but progress is still a good thing.
I actually really like that. So a fresh beginning is making progress instead of actually hitting a certain target.
Absolutely.
That could possibly alleviate a lot of the pressure of having, set goals.
Well, exactly. And I think that as long as you're moving forward in a direction that you want to go, that is success. I actually have this analogy. Do you know a navigation tool?
A GPS.
A GPS, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you want to go somewhere that you've never been before, you have to put in the final destination, right?
Exactly.
So you put in the final destination, you're not quite sure how you're going to get there, but you just know this is where I want to get to.
Yeah.
So in life, it's the same. You've got to know where you're trying to get to, but as long as you're moving forward, whether they're baby steps or like giant leaps, then it's actually progress. It's a good thing.
I really love that analogy, but what kind of tips can you help us out with to make sure that we are making progress, we actually are getting there, whether it's, as you say, baby steps or giant leaps?
Okay, so if I had to pick one, because there's quite a few, probably to adopt a healthy habit. So, for example, let's say that you said you wanted to lose 10 or 20 kilograms.
Oh, just 6 for now.
Okay,
Help me.
okay. So what would be the habits that you could implement daily to help you get there? Because often what happens is we get stuck on this end result and focusing on that.
Yeah.
And what happens is there's all these hundreds of moments in between before that, and that's where you need to focus. So things like, not drinking alcohol during the week, or making sure you eat fresh, raw foods for breakfast and lunch.
Exactly.
Or,
it's
doing
like it's the same thing
for
of people
30 days.
saying, oh, I want to win the lottery ticket. And it's like, well, you've actually got to buy it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's an action piece. And if you go back to that analogy, you can't sit in the parking lot and hope that the destination's going to come to you. You actually have to put the car into drive and go and do something. So the habit is going to get you there.
Okay, so what tips do you have for people now to stay on track and to stay mindful of progress instead of goals?
Okay, all success starts with positive self-belief. Okay. There's that saying, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. So if you had to work backwards, what would you need to believe?
I will be a Victoria's Secret model and I will marry Leonardo DiCaprio. Yes!
Okay, so then what I would say to you is, if that's where you're trying to get to, I would say, what is the cost of change? It comes down to that whole realistic thing, you know. So sometimes...
Are you saying I'm not being realistic about my goals?
So sometimes we have these sort of unrealistic expectations, and we don't realize that in order to get to that thing, there's going to be a lot of change and suffering. Or you have to suddenly, you know, give up your career, because if you're now dating Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm sure he's not going to be terribly interested in you rocking up here every day.
Sorry,
you know. So the thing is, you might have to give up your career. Who knows what requirements he would have for you to be his girlfriend, you know.
Yeah.
So with each thing, there's a suffering. And the thing is, I believe that if you want the thing badly enough, then you'll be willing to suffer for it. And you can't have a pain-free life, but you can choose what you're willing to suffer for. Exactly. So make sure you're suffering for the things that you really want. And if it's not something you really want, like a bad relationship, then maybe you should stop suffering for it if it's not really fulfilling you in a,
that's
in a way.
really good advice. For any of our viewers who want to find out more, do you have like 10-step plans and things like that?
Okay, so funny that you should mention that. Because so recently I did a process on the 5FM show, and it was 10 steps to a new you. So basically it's an audio clip. There's like 2 or 3 minutes of audio, and it's you follow it 1 to 10, and it's basically a coaching transformation. It's how transformation happens. So if you want to create some change in your life, or you want to, you know, you're seeking some kind of progress to do something different and have a different result, then you can go onto the website. It's tracoaching.com. It's actually the relationship architect. That's what I call myself. So.
Oh, my word, we're going to be seeing a lot more of each other. Leonardo, wait for me. Thank you so much for coming through.
Pleasure.
All of your details will, of course, be on our website as well.
Great.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much for
Jeannie.
chatting, and have an amazing Valentine's Day.
Thank you, you too.
There's no doubt that today is an ideal time to start your new health and wellness regimes for the year. 5 Roses Green Tea is not only refreshing, it offers so much more by way of its health-inducing properties. To win a fabulous 5 Roses Green Tea gift pack containing perfectly pure green tea and green tea flavored with lemon and lime, apple and pear and mint, simply SMS the keyword 5 Roses, your name and city to 33728. SMSs are charged at R1.50 each. T's and C's apply and are available on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. Until next week, remember, nobody makes better tea than you and 5 Roses.
How you doing, YouTube fam? Thank you so much for watching, sharing and commenting. We love hearing from you, so be sure to keep up to date with all things Afternoon Express by clicking the subscribe button right here.